After we got married, we found out we were pregnant with our daughter so quickly. It I didn't even have time to think about what I wanted anymore. It's so interesting. I spent my entire life like trying to work towards something and then it kind of just disappeared and I didn't think twice about it. But after my daughter turned 1, I remember there being a shift and being like, I have goals for myself.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to a brand new video. You know what to do. Get on Amazon, get that desired nutrition for that pump, that energy, and that focus. Get about 4 or 5 of those. Let me know what you think. All right, let's get into the video.
Thing that really bothers me and like honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity is the fact that like there are all these women like throwing themselves, but me, like the past 10 years, like I don't have any of that. Like I have zero, this sounds weird, but like male attention. And so then like I begin to internalize it and I'm like, is something wrong with me?
You're not looking.
What?
You're not
Like,
looking. You're not even.
But I'm gonna tell you something else too. When your radar's turned off, because I dealt with that for years too. Like, and I was young, like you.
Yeah,
like,
that's
oh my
not
God.
fair.
I mean,
because I don't want it, but
Yeah.
it'd be nice to know that like someone's looking.
but
That
when
can
your
get
radar's
dangerous.
turned off,
Yeah.
right?
That
You're
can get
beautiful.
real
Don't
dangerous.
ever think for 1 minute that it ain't no some men out there looking at you like I wish.
Honestly.
And I'm gonna tell you who knows that more than anybody. Your husband.
And on I want to thing that really bothers me and like
Yeah. So lately, Aisha Curry has been in the media. This is obviously like an older clip. It looks like she looks a little chunkier in the face. Maybe she just recently had a baby or something like that. I'm not sure, but judging from what's her name? I'm about to say Willow Smith, but Jada Pinkett Smith, you can see she has longer hair in this red table talk. I don't even think they do the red table talk anymore. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna try not to bash her too much, Aisha Curry, but just like her and Michelle Obama and Jada Pinkett, like they have all came out. I mean, they're in these positions of, I would say, privilege, to be with these types of men. Maybe not necessarily Jada. A little. I mean, Jada wasn't a. She was an actress before she met Will Smith, but she wasn't like. I'm saying she wasn't at the a crazy peak in her career. You know what I'm saying? Like, but at least she was already an actress. As far as Aisha Curry, I mean, nobody knows what she was doing before she wanted to have a career, and she could have had a career. You know what I'm saying? But she it's just funny to me how these women they kind of luck up and get with these men that happen to be super successful, and then it's like later on down the line they're just like, oh, my life sucks. I'm with this guy, I've got, he's so successful and he's been able to put me at a better place in my life. And I've had kids with this person but I want more, and I think that's one of the things is that some of you guys need to understand is that you're not completely going to make a woman happy. You're never going to completely. There's always going to be something that you're not doing right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying give up on women. Don't give up on women. Just understand. I don't think you should dedicate your life in trying to please a woman, because that's not going to happen. She's not always going to be pleased with you. No matter what status you are. I mean, this is Steph Curry we're talking about, arguably the best shooter that ever exists. I mean, let's think about it. The best shooter that's ever existed in the NBA. Reggie Miller. You know what I'm saying? Ray Allen. I mean, he's up there with the greats, and he's probably the number one. Okay. Not that that has anything to do with her relationship. It's just that this guy's status is just like, as far as NBA skill, it's just amazing. But he may not be a great husband. Maybe he's not a great husband. We don't know the intricacies of their relationship. We don't know this stuff. You know what I'm saying? We're only hearing her side. The thing is, why are we hearing her side? Why are you going out on these podcasts and you're saying this stuff to the public? Why? I just don't understand why this is, because it's kind of embarrassing to your husband. And you're not thinking about your husband. At this moment in time, you're not thinking about your husband. You're just thinking about yourself, and you're just, and nobody's asking you to put on a fake facade or anything about your relationship. I mean, you're still married. You're still with this person. You guys have kids. You're still in a good place as far as, and you're claiming you just want, you want to know if guys are interested in you, but you don't want the attention. You just wonder if guys give you the attention, like, but you don't want it. It's confusing.
4 kids. Did you always knew you wanted a big family?
No. So I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl and that's it. And I had my eyes set on my goals.
I'm just curious. I never wanted kids. I didn't want to get married. So why did you do it? Why did you get married? Because you got married before you had kids. So why'd you do it? You didn't have to do it. Why don't you just say no? This is what I don't like about stuff like this. If you didn't want to get married, why didn't you just say no? No one's forcing you to marry this guy. He asked you and you just said yes. So what was the real reason why you got married? That's the question that I would have. Like, if you say to someone, I never wanted to get married, and then here you are married, the next question to this this podcast host or whatever is, well, she's not going to do that. Then why'd you do it? Did you see him going somewhere in his career? Did you know that he was going to be this big basketball player? I mean, I can't remember when they got married, if it was before the NBA or after. You know, before college or while they were in college. I believe that's where they met. And they met in college, I believe. Did you see the signs? This guy might be going somewhere. You know what I'm saying? His dad was a basketball player. He could be going somewhere. So that's the question that I have. That's what I would have for her is did you just seize the opportunity and say, okay, I kind of like this guy. I mean, he's not, the real bad boy that I'm really into, but he's got a lot of things going for him, which was smart on her side. To be honest with you, it is a smart thing to do. At least you were one of the smart women to see his potential and go and marry him and have kids with him, rather than you go for the bad guy, the bad boy that's not shit, but it's probably who you're really attracted to, instead of sticking with him and him being in and out of jail or whatever the hell you women like these days, and you got with a good guy. You did the right thing. Don't go backtrack on these podcast tours and just start saying how much you didn't want to do it. That's the part I don't like.
And I was never the little girl that like dreamt about the wedding dress and all of that. And then it happened so early in my life. So it's like, it's one of those things like you don't know what you actually don't know what you want.
It's so hard also to be the woman in a situation where you're like, men just don't get as much scrutiny. Like they can maybe tell him like, your fucking shots suck tonight, but like the looks and all of that is just like not a factor of conversation as much.
No.
Did you talk to Steph about it? Like, or did you kind of keep it within yourself so it didn't?
I do not have a bone in my body that can keep anything to myself. So if it comes to mind, it's coming out. And he's so gracious. Like he tries to resonate with me, but he just can't. And he also comes from a place of like, it's effing stupid. Like, it's not true. So why are you? And I'm like, but wait, like, listen to how it makes me feel. And he's like, but why does it make you feel like that? It's not real. After we got married, we found out we were pregnant with our daughters so quickly. I didn't even have time to think about what I wanted anymore. It's so interesting. I spent my entire life like trying to work towards something, and then it kind of just disappeared, and I didn't think twice about it. But after my daughter turned 1, I remember there being a shift and being like, I have goals for myself.
You know what's funny about this? I hate to cut this off again. I mean, I know sometimes you guys don't like when I cut the video off, but any opportunity that you had before, Steph, you have even more. You can have that opportunity times 100 now with this man. You can literally do what you want to do with him being your husband. You have more of that opportunity now. I mean, she came out with a cooking line. Maybe that was her dream. Maybe she's a real chef. She might be the real Chef Curry because she came out with some cooking line, pots and pans or whatever the fuck. You think that would have jumped off if you weren't Steph Curry's wife? You think you'd be on any of these podcasts if you weren't Steph Curry's wife? Would anybody know your name if you weren't Steph Curry's wife? No one would know who you are. Possibly.
We wouldn't know about Aisha Curry if it wasn't for Steph. She married a guy that she thinks she's better than, and honestly, she's jealous of him. She's jealous because I'm sitting at home, pumped out 3 kids, and he's on TV every day. He's getting all the fame. He's getting all the red carpet treatment. He's getting all this. And only time she gets attention is attention that he deflects to her. He tries to put her in the spotlight. He tries to put her front and center. And guess what? If she had what it takes, she'd already be there. And that's what's not being told. Will Smith married Jada Pinkett. Jada Pinkett had a modicum of success, but she was never nowhere close to being what Will was. Let me tell you what I fear is going to happen. I fear this is what's going to happen. She's going to end up divorcing him. Right. It's going to get to a point to where it is intolerable. Right. It is not going to change. She does not view Steph Curry as the NBA All-Star world champion basketball player. She views Steph Curry as this guy that her mom and dad, her parents told her, you need to marry and secure the bag.
I don't know what you wanted your career to be. You know, we'd have to find that out. What is it that you wanted to do as a career? What were your career goals? You could actually attain that if you wanted to. You know, now you have more of the opportunity now. I mean, as a I don't know if she's a stay-at-home mom or whatever, but you know, you guys are pretty well off money-wise. I'm pretty sure your time is not going to be all tied up with watching kids and doing things like that. You guys probably, like, I don't know their life, but you guys probably pay for you probably outsource a lot of work to be done with the household. It's not the same. You're not living a normal life as a stay-at-home mom. You're not living the typical normal life of a stay-at-home mom. You're very privileged to be with not just an NBA player, a very successful NBA player. Top 2, okay? Top 5 NBA player. So, I don't know, man. But let's continue.
Like, this doesn't feel right. I love being a mom, but I love doing other things too. And I need to get my shit together and figure out what that looks like for myself now.
And that's cool.
If I have a career and I'm not home, like did you experience that?
I still experience that. I still experience that. I'm always in therapy talking about this. If you lose all of those things that were interesting about you, even for yourself, like even the things that made me feel confident and cool, then what are you doing?
Aisha Curry is a prime example of a lady who thinks she's better than her husband, okay? She is Simone Biles' husband, Jonathan Biles. You know how Simone Biles' husband likes to embarrass Simone? He even thinks he's the prize. That's who Aisha Curry is, okay? She thinks she's better than her husband. even though we wouldn't even have known of her if it wasn't for Steph Curry. She literally said on an interview she doesn't think he's that great. She basically is like, I don't know what the hype is. Like, I don't see it. About her own husband. She's a hater. She thinks she's better than him. She literally married him because she knew he probably likes her more than she likes him. And she knew he would bring her a comfortable life. That's what it is. She tries to embarrass him every chance that she gets. Because how dare he get all this attention and she does it. Because she really thinks she's better than him. Okay? She probably looks at him and be like, why does he get all these attention? Like, who does he think he is? Truly, like, she's bitter. Aisha.
Yeah, so I just don't really like what she's doing right now. You know, I think that a lot of the stuff that she's saying, she could have kept to herself. And the podcast, the people on the podcast, the Red Table, all this stuff, she has other videos of her being on a show. I can't remember what show it was, where she's some hot dude comes out, some dude with a shirt off, and she's like trying to take her ring off. You know, it's funny, it's cute and shit like that, but you know, it's really a telltale sign, like, that she just wants to be out. She wants to be out in the streets. She's been married for so long at a young age, and she's really missing that. She never had that hot girl summer that some of these girls desire, and she wants to be out in the streets. It just seems like she wants to cheat. Like, she wants to be in the streets and she wants to cheat. You know, and I don't know, obviously we don't know how Steph feels about this, and I doubt he's ever going to be in an interview where he has to talk about it, you know, unless the relationship actually goes south, you know. But I can imagine, if it was me, I would be embarrassed. If it was me, he may not feel the same way, but I know if it was me, I'd be like, why are you going on these shows and you're talking about how you never wanted to be married, not necessarily be married to Steph, but how you never wanted to be married, you never wanted to have kids, and you know, you're basically losing your identity and stuff like that. Like, why are you, things that you talk to your therapist about, which is supposed to be, you know, confidential, but why are you talking about that stuff? As the husband, I would want to know that. I would want to know why. But she, you know, keeps doing it, or she's done it in the past. I don't know if she keeps doing it, but yeah, man, I just think it's just funny how it just seems like that she wants to be out in the streets, man. That's what it's giving. She wants to be wanted by other men, and she hates the fact that other women want Steph. And maybe, like the young lady said in the video, maybe she does think that she's better than him, or she likes him, or he likes her more than than she likes him. You know, maybe that is true. That could be true. And in some instances that those relationships don't work. You know, they often don't work, but they can work, you know. But if you relationships aren't 50-50. You know, I've talked to this about my homeboy who's married, and he'll attest to you that relationships are not going to be 50-50. They're almost never going to be 50-50. You're never going to like someone more than the other person likes the other person. It's not going to be the same. You know, you may have someone liking someone more than the other, and that's fine. That's not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? You both can love each other. You know what I mean? But when it starts getting to the point where you want to be, you know, the person on top, you don't understand why this guy is on top. It's because he's so good at his job. He's well known for his job. He's not well known for, you know, him being a romantic lover or whatever the hell. That's why she probably can't see what women see in him. They're just like, I don't understand why guys, I mean, like, that girls really like him like that. Like, why? Well, because he's Steph Curry. That's why. Because he could shoot a fucking jump shot from anywhere on the court and fucking make it. That's why they like him. They see the success in him, the ambition, the goals, the driven goals that he has, like, to be the best. And women love that shit. Just like you liked it at one point. But now that he's on top and it looks like he's overshadowing you, which of course he is, and you don't really like that. That's what it seems like to me. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong. Maybe she's just, I don't know. Maybe there's some other reason why she has to go to a therapist and work her life out, her good life out with how unhappy she is not getting attention. But this goes to show you that it doesn't matter who you are, what type of woman you are. Women love attention. They love the attention. And if they're not getting it, you know, it could be a problem. So let that be a lesson for some of us normal people that are in relationships, you know, that are not rich as hell and have, you know, money and things at our fingertips. You know what I'm saying? You're still going to deal with the same problems. Okay. So just keep that in mind when you're in a relationship, and you're not going to completely fulfill anyone, whether you're a man or a woman, because Steph is not completely fulfilled either. Okay. Steph Curry's not. You think he don't want to go out there and slay a bunch of hoes whenever he wants to in every city he goes to? You think there's not way badder bitches than his wife? Of course, man. Does he do it? We don't know. We don't know what he does. We're not going to say he doesn't do it or he does do it, but we don't know. Okay? So, but that's not up for discussion right now. Can he do it? Hell yeah, he could if he wanted to. That's what we do know. He could do that. Could she do it? Hell yeah, she could go do it. She could go sleep around with a dude if she wants to. With a good looking dude. A guy that looks better than Steph Curry. You know? But is that going to be worth it? If that's what's worth it to you, do your thing. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, share the video, and I'll see you in the next video. Appreciate y'all watching. Peace.